Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Welcome to day 7 of my 12 days of Crafty Christmas 2024. I can't quite believe that we're at day 7 already. The time just flies. Today I'm going to be creating a card with the Decorative Trees bundle. So from the stamp set I'm actually only going to be using the sentiment. I'm going to be using the May Your Days Be Merry. And then I have done a little bit of die cutting ahead of time. So I have used the outline die and we're going kind of non-traditional Christmas colours. So I have got Coastal Cabana, Petunia Pop and Pretty in pink. And then I'm going to be die cutting some layers to go over the top. So I'm going to be using this snowflake, the kind of plaid design, and then the stripes. So I have got some each of the cardstock. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do Pretty in Pink on top of Pretty in Pink, but we'll see when I've kind of die cut them as to what I think looks best. I might shuffle them around, but I think I'm going to do kind of pink on top of pink. So let's just trim section. A bit rough and ready, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to die cut from it. So I contemplated using the Summer Splash, but I think the Summer Splash just looked a little bit too green. I wanted kind of more of a bluey colour, so I opted for the Coastal Cabana. I did think about maybe Pool Party, but with the I think Pool Party goes better with oh, what's it called? Fresh Freesia, because I wanted to bring in the Petunia Pop. I felt that the Coastal Cabana looked a little bit better together with it. They're kind of all the same kind of tone. So let's do that. Let's cut my card base while I'm here, and then I can move my trimmer out of the way. So this is going to be a landscape card, and I'm going to use basic white for my card base, and I'm going to cut at 10.5 and then score. Oh no, let's score first. We're going to score at 14.85, and then I'm going to cut at 10.5, and that just means then that my landscape card will be side opening. It just makes it a little bit more stable. Perfect, let's line that out of the way. Got a spare card base for later. So let's do a bit of die cutting. So I am going to go for the kind of snowflakey one in the Coastal Cabana. I think I'm probably going to run 2 and then another one over the, so 2 runs through the die cutting machine. Let's go with the Pretty in Pink with the stripes, and then the Petunia Pop in the kind of plaid check pattern. So as always, my die cutting machine is just off to the side, just because it's too wobbly on my desk. Whoops, left the plaid one on the plate. Let's grab that. So I'll need to do a little bit of poking to poke out the sort of inners. That's fine, we'll do that in a second. And then let's run the Pretty in Pink through. A little bit careful because they are a little bit delicate. Right, so let's start with this one, so I'm just going to go through and poke out all of those little bits. You can get a tool to do this, and I really should invest in it. My problem is when I go to order, I get distracted by all the pretty things and don't think about the practical things so much. In fact, quite often I'll place an order and then realise that actually I needed more adhesive and I haven't added any, because I'm too busy thinking about the pretty papers and the fun new stamps and things. So, sorry, this is probably a little bit tedious to watch, but just go through and poke them all out. I've started with the one with the most poking out to do, so the next two will be a little bit quicker. So, this is probably the bit that I should have done ahead of time. Never mind, never mind. So, how are we all doing with Christmas? Are we celebrating Christmas? Are we not celebrating Christmas? Are we hosting? Have we done all of our Christmas shopping yet? Have we done our wrapping yet? Have we got our tree up? Are we not quite there yet? Do we not have a tree? So we have more than one tree in our house. Those of you who know me well know that I am a little bit Christmas mad. So we have artificial trees upstairs, and yes, I did say trees. We have one at the top of the stairs. I've got a little one that's on the windowsill, and then we've got a larger tree and a small tree in our bedroom. And they went up really early this year, actually, because I was doing a Christmas craft fair at the end of November. So we had to get all the Christmas decorations down so that I could kind of go through and decide what decorations I wanted to add to my stall to make it festive and Christmassy. Obviously, I'd got kind of Christmas craft projects, but I wanted kind of extra things to be able to put out to kind of bring the kind of true Christmas. So the boxes were down, and when Mark asked what I would like out of the loft, I said, just bring everything down. And in bringing everything down came the artificial tree boxes, and I thought, well, rather than putting the boxes back up in the loft and then getting him to get them down again kind of a couple of weeks later, I decided that I would just put the trees up and then the boxes could go back in the loft empty. So our upstairs trees have been up for a while, and then in our conservatory we have a real tree, and that went up not yesterday but the Saturday before. So that was nice. I love having a real tree. The smell of a real tree, you walk into the conservatory, you can just smell that lovely kind of pine smell. Or fir. Is it fir? I don't know what sort it is, but it smells like a Christmas tree and I love that. So our real Christmas tree is adorned with baubles and some tinsel and some pretty like string beads. We don't have lights on our real Christmas tree. Our tree at the top of the stairs, the artificial tree at the top of the stairs, is gold themed this year. So I have got gold baubles and gold tinsel and warm white fairy lights. It looks so pretty. And then the trees that are in our bedroom are both flocked trees. And I actually just leave them as flocked trees. I don't put any decorations on the ones in our bedroom, although we totally could, and maybe next year, but this year they're just in their flocked glory without any kind of extra decoration. We have our main Christmas tree, so the tree in the conservatory that we have as a real tree, is where all of our like special Christmas decorations go. So we've got things from when we got married, so we've got kind of things with our wedding date on, and things that have been gifted to us that have our names on. We also have some other kind of special decorations, so decorations that we've been gifted, and then we have a series of decorations that kind of are there to kind of represent and remind us of people that we have lost over the years. So we've got decorations for my grandparents who aren't with us, for Mark's grandparents who aren't with us, and for our pregnancy losses as well. We have decorations to kind of mark them. And then, so all of our kind of special decorations hang out kind of around the top, near the top of the tree. And then as we move further down, we have got, so I have been merrily collecting one or two a year, sometimes 3, really pretty glass baubles from Liberty in London, in all kinds of colours and designs. Of just kind of pick ones that I think are really pretty. So they adorn the rest of the tree. Yeah, it looks really pretty. And I've got red tinsel on our main Christmas tree this year. Yeah, I love Christmas. I would quite happily decorate the entire house. Mark likes Christmas, but is not kind of Christmas mad like I am, and would very happily not have a Christmas tree, and not have any decorations, but he tolerates it, and for that I am very thankful that he just lets me, because he knows how much joy it brings me to have lots of festive things everywhere. I decorate our kitchen as well, but we don't have a tree in the kitchen. We've got some lovely kind of little decorations and ornaments and things. Some that have been gifted to us, and some that I have bought. So we're now on to our last tree. Sorry, this has probably been a little bit tedious, but hopefully my waffling about Christmas has been entertaining enough to keep you with me. So this is the last one. This one should go a little bit quicker because there's less little bits to poke out. So when you are seeing this, so I'm recording this on Sunday morning ahead of it going live for you guys on Sunday evening. So when you are seeing this, we're going to my parents' house today. So it's a tradition that we have. It's usually the first weekend of December, but life happened and it's now this weekend. Mum does a Christmas dinner that is a tradition from when my parents were first married in 1988. Mum wanted to be able to cook her husband a Christmas dinner, but obviously for Christmas Day they would be visiting family. So a new tradition was born and it has continued ever since. So we will have had a lovely Christmas lunch and spent some time with Mum and Dad, and then we may well be eating our turkey sandwiches while you're watching this. So now I have got my pieces. Yeah, I think I'm going to go on the, on the matching colours, I think. Yeah, we're going to go matching. Okay, so I need my liquid glue. So let's pop some glue on the back of here. Is my glue going to play ball today? It may or it may not. Let's see. So far so good. So I'm just popping some kind of dots of glue here and there, like so. Now what I could have done was I could have popped adhesive sheet. That would actually have been really sensible. I've only just thought of it. I could have popped adhesive sheet on the back of the cardstock that I was die cutting, and then when I was done with my die cutting and I kind of poke it all out, I would have had adhesive all over the back of my die cut, to save kind of fiddling about with liquid glue. That would have been really sensible. So don't do as I do, do as I say. And yeah, so I'm just popping some liquid glue over the back of our little tree, and then whoop, pop it down over the top like so. I'm not too worried if there's a little bit of oozy glue, it'll dry clear. So put some glue on the back of this one. And then, whoops, pop that down on there. And I mean, the perks of using the liquid glue is that in using liquid glue, I have got a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so now I've got my trees, whoops. And then I've got my landscape card, so I'm thinking kind of that one in front, maybe that one behind, that kind of thing is what I'm going for. So I'm going to pop my petunia pop and my Pretty in Pink down flat. And then, so I've put glue on the back of both of them just so that I can kind of play with the alignment with them together, just to make sure that I'm happy and don't end up with one really far over. So I also want them to kind of be the same sort of height. So I'm thinking if I do that one about there, and then that one about there, like so. And then for our coastal cabana, I'm going to pop a couple of, just because it's going to sit proud of the card base, I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals in the centre, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of liquid glue on the edges of my tree where it's going to kind of cross over those that I have already stuck down. So I'm aiming for kind of the same height across them. There we go. Let's hold that down for a second. So we've got our 3 trees, and now I need a sentiment. So I'm going to go with "May your days be merry," and I'm wondering actually whether I might. Oh, it will fit. Okay, I'm going to die cut from some basic white. Just cut a strip of this off. So I'm going to die cut that, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to go. I might heat emboss as well, actually. So do I just stamp a memento? No, let's heat emboss it. Let's heat emboss it. Bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat, because my sentiment is a photopolymer stamp set, so there isn't that bit of cushion like there is with the red rubber. Aim for nice and central. And then bring in my trusty tray. There we go. And then I haven't got a paintbrush handy, so I'm just going to use a little bit of cardstock just to tidy that up a little bit. There we go. And then pull up my heat tool. Move that out of the way. It's nice and hot now. Watch the magic happen. All nice and smooth and melted. Yeah, that was the right decision, wasn't it? If in doubt, heat emboss. And then I'm going to pop a dimension knot on each end. Ooh, a bit of glue on my finger. Dimension knot on each end, and it's going to kind of go across the middle of my card. So I'm going to go for about there, I think. Oh, that looks a bit wonky, hang on. There we go, that looks better. And there we have it. There is our card for day 7. Thank you so much for joining me and sticking around despite my waffling while I was poking out those die cut pieces. But as I say, that's it for today for day number 7. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, please do go back and watch days 1 through 6, and I hope that you will join me again tomorrow for day 8. Take care. Bye.